Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Walsh and I'll be your host for today's Minutes Network AMA. Joining me today we have Josh Watkins, the CEO of Minutes Network. The arrival of December is nearly upon us. The year is almost done, but before we race into 2026, let's take a moment to look back and talk about what we have achieved. Josh, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Matthew. It's an absolute pleasure to be here as always. Thank you to those who have joined to listen, whether you are part of the communities or whether you are partners. We really appreciate your time. So let's set the context on this communications event today. The global wholesale voice market is worth $251 billion. Minutes Network resides within a $2 trillion industry. We can access a lot of components and elements of the industry, and our array of services being provided is growing weekly and monthly. The industry is growing at a compound annual growth rate of about 15%, and the international calling market alone processes hundreds of billions of minutes every single year. That's the pond we're swimming in, and that's the opportunity Minutes Network has positioned itself to capture. World Mobile will be doing an MNTX airdrop during December. But here's what I want you to understand. This isn't just a one-off reward. This has taken meticulous planning. This airdrop is the precursor to a major groundbreaking program from the MNTX team starting early 2026. We're not ready to reveal all of the information yet, but December is the beginning of something big for MNTX and the airdrop related subject. Stay tuned for more information. This is not hype. This is real conversation about where Minutes Network stands as a telecommunications carrier within the industry. We're discussing what we've built and where we're going. So let's do this properly, year in review, then the 2026 outlook. For those who attended the last AMA or communication session that we ran, Minutes Network, we talked in detail about Jingle. Jingle is an integral component and it revolves around immense amounts of users being onboarded into our ecosystem. And when I say our ecosystem, that reflects on our partners as well. We have some very large applications integrating with Minutes Network as it stands. One of them, in particular, is a flagship consumer brand for IDT Corporation, a company that's been in telecommunications since 1990. IDT is a public traded company on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker IDT. This isn't a startup or a speculative venture. This is a 35-year-old telecommunications powerhouse. Since Boss Revolution launched, it has largely supplemented the entire traditional prepaid international calling card industry. That's not hype. That's from their SEC filings. They transformed how immigrant communities call home and much more. Boss Revolution provides international long-distance calling to more than 200 countries, mobile top-up to 300 plus carriers in more than 100 countries, international money transfer to 50 plus countries via more than 300,000 cash pickup locations, and it provides retail networks of thousands of Boss Revolution retailers across the USA. The numbers in detail are staggering. They have 70 million users in the US. They have 700 million minutes per month of international voice traffic, 11.3 billion minutes connected every year, 12 million transactions monthly, 460 employees dedicated to the platform, and a 4.4 star rating on Trustpilot from nearly 19,000 reviews. Their wholesale carrier services business alone terminated 15.1 billion minutes in fiscal 2021. They have telecommunication hubs on 3 continents and direct connections to phone networks all over the world. This is one of the largest international calling platforms in America, period, serving the exact demographic that Minutes Network was built for: immigrant communities who need affordable, reliable ways to call home, and the wider telecommunications retail community. We are in deep discussions with Boss Revolution. The integration is not yet live. When the integration goes live, that's 70 million endpoints on our network. That's 70 million endpoints that will be exposed to our ecosystem. And that's 700 million minutes per month of potential traffic flow, or more. And I'll explain that in just a moment. That's access to a 35-year-old distribution network with thousands of retail locations. Let's think about what this means. We're not chasing small app developers, hoping they might generate some traffic. We're integrating with established, revenue-generated, mostly based on telecommunications infrastructure onboarding. This is absolute validation at the highest level, and this is the scale that Minutes Network is operating at. We have an array of additional applications, some of which I may not name due to NDAs in place. It is true that we would like to see the onboarding of applications speed up. Let's just take a moment to understand the immense potential on the table with these applications. Multiple applications that we are in deep integration discussions with and deep technical integration at the various stages with have billions of users. Some of these companies generate billions of dollars annually in revenue, not just from the telecommunications market. Jingle is compatible with the wider sector of third-party Android applications. We are delivering a brand new revenue stream that enables applications to do something that they never previously could have done before. We also enable applications to generate rewards for their users. Some of the integrations we are undertaking are choosing to reward their users with in-game credits or in-application credits. Very interesting market, massive potential, very exciting. As each one of these integrations goes live, we will see a significant uptick in the traffic on the network. Nobody controls when they go live, except from the integration progress and process itself. As each integration finalizes, it will become apparent that Minutes Network is doing something that no other carrier has done before. We will be providing the wider telecommunications community, including retail, calling cards, wholesale, and more types of operators, with the ability to connect to end users directly, and we'll be providing a previously unavailable rate per minute, hence the name Minutes Network, to these companies. There will be no challenge in the market. There will be no challenge to bring the traffic. Some of these applications, and I wish I could tell you the names, perhaps, over the next couple of weeks, you'll be seeing more names. Especially from the multi-billion user companies, not just SEW, there are more. And as we provide these integrations, some of them will drive more than 40, 50, 60 countries live on our network. Now, I'll just let you think about the rest. I won't talk about the commercial factor, although the commercial factor is perhaps the most interesting component of this mixture. Now, this year, we made a partnership with CloudOnix. It's an AI call center solution, and it assists us in our market entry in the US. And this one, as well as everything else, I'm really excited about. And I'll explain a little bit more about Cloudonics and why this matters so much strategically. Cloudonics are a communications platform as a service, commonly known in the industry as CPaaS providers. They are based in New York. They enable agentic voice AI adoption for enterprises, SMEs, and contact centers. Here's the landscape that you need to understand. The US contact center industry is enormous, and it's growing. We're talking about customer service, sales, technical support, healthcare, financial services, insurance, travel, and more. Every major industry in the world relies on voice communication. Billions upon billions of minutes every single year. And right now, the industry is undergoing the biggest transformation in its history: AI voice agents. Now, this is not a pivot. This is an expansion of the services that Minutes Network are able to offer under the Minutes Network brand. Now, you might ask, what is a voice AI agent? These are artificial intelligence systems that can handle complex phone conversations, automated call triage, intelligent routing, human-like interactions that can resolve issues, make bookings, process order, handle complaints, and much more. They sound natural. They understand context. They're available 24 hours a day, and they cost a fraction of a human agent's cost. Now, every major enterprise in the world is racing to adopt this technology because it dramatically reduces costs while improving customer experience. The AI call center market is exploding. Cloudonics provides the entire platform for businesses to deploy these AI-driven voice agents. They are the software layer that makes it work. And now, Minutes Network provides the carrier-grade infrastructure behind it at an unbeatable price. Every AI voice call still needs to connect to real phone networks. Every conversation needs termination infrastructure. And that's us. We are the rails that the AI voice revolution runs on. We announced this partnership at AI Week New York and Tech Week San Francisco in October. The joint message was that we're introducing a new wave of telecom solutions designed for the AI era. Contact centers, financial enterprises, e-commerce, travel providers worldwide, and much more. This partnership, coupled with a couple of additional partnerships, marks our entry into the USA market. Currently, we have USA live on the switch. We have USA in the lab. Now, that traffic is set to go public in the coming week. Let that sink in. The United States, the world's largest telecommunications market, the most lucrative voice termination market on the planet. And that's not because of the rate, that's because of the volume. And we're not coming in through the back door, competing on prices with established carriers. We're coming in through the fastest growing segment, AI voice infrastructure. This is strategic positioning. This is how you build a moat. That's how Minutes Network thinks about market entry. Now, coupled with the Jingle plugin, and I won't go into too much detail because I'm sure you all, or most of you, were present during the last communications event when we did go into some detail on Jingle. Jingle is the hyperscaling engine. Our SDK, the actual Jingle plugin, is already live on Google Play, has already been approved by Google Play. Applications are already trialing and running infrastructure provided by Minutes Network live on Google Play. Developers can download the demonstration app right now and test the full integration experience. There will be an update to the Jingle demonstration application during January. This update is a powerful update. This update enables you as a consumer to test every single feature and function that Jingle provides. Now, this update is not positioned towards consumers. Its target audience are third-party applications. We are planning a very large exhibition complete with major demonstrations, not only in the voice sector, but also in the SMS sector, covering AI, traditional voice, and beyond. This is the hyperscaling engine that we've been building towards for 2 years. Now, let me explain what Jingle actually does and why it's so powerful. And I'll do this in brief. Most applications monetize through adverts, banner adverts, video adverts, users hate them. They generate pennies. Jingle offers something completely different, call and SMS monetization. When an application integrates Jingle, their users can make international calls directly from the application. The user pays for the call. The app developer takes a revenue share. Minutes Network handles all of the carrier infrastructure, the routing, the billing, and compliance. There are no adverts, there are no subscriptions, there are no paywalls. Just a genuine service that users actually want. Affordable, international calling embedded seamlessly into apps they already use. Now, here's the alpha that makes Jingle different from anything else that's in the market today. One integration, as I previously mentioned, enables more than, let's say, 20 countries simultaneously or 50 countries simultaneously, depending on the reach and size of the application. When we onboard a major app partner, we're not talking about one market at a time. We're not doing country by country rollouts. We're talking about massive traffic dumps across multiple geographies instantly. One SDK integration, multiple countries live. Immediate revenue with near to full revenue capture for Minutes Network. That's the economics that make this model work at scale and make this model so exciting. Think about what that means for application developers. They integrate once. They get access to our entire carrier network of more than 80 countries. They start generating revenue immediately from a service their users actually need and passively use. There are no ad networks, no user annoyances, pure value exchange. And for Minutes Network, every Jingle integration is a traffic multiplier. Every application that goes live is potentially millions of users making calls through our infrastructure. The Jingle demonstration application is live on Google Play right now and has been for a while. The integrations are progressing across Albania, Bangladesh, Philippines, Kenya, Kosovo, Nigeria, and many more countries. The UK gaming company, JV, will soon be announced. This is the engine that scales everything. Now, combined with traditional telecommunications, hyperscaling in Pakistan is basically ready. This is the deal we've been building toward, and it's almost live with Jingle integration. And let me give you some context on why Pakistan matters so much. Pakistan is one of the largest international voice termination markets in the world. Why is that, you may ask? Because Pakistan has one of the largest diaspora populations globally. Over 9 million Pakistanis live abroad, primarily in the Middle East, UK, USA, and Europe. These people call home constantly. Pakistan receives billions of minutes of international voice traffic every single year. The Pakistan LDI, Long Distance and International License, is our gateway to terminating calls into Pakistan with a small profit margin. Getting this license, building the infrastructure, establishing the carrier relationship, this has been a lot of work. Now, let me give you some of the numbers we're targeting. As you know, we're targeting 2 to 2.5 million minutes per day. That's our operational target. That's 12 to 15% of global international traffic into Pakistan. That's our market share target. Not in years, not in months. We are extremely, extremely close. That integration will go live with Jingle, and we will be capturing a large portion of the revenue being terminated to Pakistan. All of the frequent callers, or many of the frequent callers and frequent callees, will be onboarded hand in hand with local partners in the country to ensure that Jingle is bringing us the revenue home as a company. We're extremely close. This is happening. The world's largest Middle East operator contract is already underway. They are sending traffic. The LDI license is in hand. We have commercial presence on the ground. When Pakistan goes fully live at scale, this single country will generate more traffic than most telecom companies or entities handle across their entire network. And that's one country. Now, in the Middle East, we have another giant incoming. We have a major operator already in the labs. I can't name them yet. There's an NDA in place, but this will soon show up on the Explorer. And here's what I can tell you. This operator could also rival Pakistan in scale. Think about this. We've just talked about Pakistan being 2 to 2.5 million minutes per day. Now imagine another operator and country of similar magnitude. The Middle East is a critical hub for international voice traffic. Millions of expats from South Asia, Africa, Southeast Asia, and in the Gulf states, they call home daily. The volume is immense. This unnamed country is already running in production in our labs, already moving towards the next steps. When this goes live, we're potentially looking at doubling our Pakistan level traffic at scale. Watch the Explorer, this one's coming. Now, Nigeria, Africa's giant. Nigeria has already moved from the lab to production. We are sure that it's stable across our network of partners. Nigeria is Africa's largest economy and its most populous nation. Over 220 million people reside in Nigeria today. The diaspora is massive, spread across the UK, the US, and Europe. International calling into Nigeria is a huge market. Now we have clearinghouses connected, live traffic flowing, multiple partners, including government bodies, exploring countrywide integrations. Nigeria isn't just another country on our list. It's the gateway to Africa and the expansion into Africa at Minutes Network. When you can terminate traffic into Nigeria reliably and profitably, you've proven you can operate in Africa's most complex and most valuable market. Everything else becomes easier. We have seen the return of the Philippines. Philippines is online and growing. And after the work to bring it back online, local partner negotiations, infrastructure requirements, compliance hurdles, we're now terminating traditional traffic to the Philippines. The Philippines is another massive international calling market. Over 10 million Filipinos work overseas, the largest overseas worker population in the world relative to country size. They send remittances home. I do apologize for the noise there. They call home constantly. Having Philippines operational means we've cracked another top-tier Asian market. It's another key geography where Minutes Network can terminate traffic profitably and is lining up for Jingle integrations at scale to capture close to 100% of the revenue terminated to the country, of the traffic that we terminate to the country. Now, this is live commercial traffic. This is very real for us. And here's something that people need to really understand, because I think some partners and some people still don't fully grasp this. We have huge partners already sending real commercial traffic through Minutes Network. Under NDA, confirmed by leadership, commercial traffic is live on the network right now to more than 20 destinations. This isn't a test. This isn't a pilot. This isn't coming soon. This is the present tense, real minutes, real revenue, real carrier operations. I know you want names. I know you want specifics. NDAs exist for a reason. We're not going to jeopardize commercial relationships for short-term hype. When we can announce, we will. And I want you to understand the significance. Minutes Network has crossed the threshold from building infrastructure to operating infrastructure at a commercial scale. We are a functioning telecommunications carrier with live traffic. That's not where we're going, that's where we are today. Technology, including the Mintech stack, is the technology that we've been working on for many, many, many years. This is proprietary technology that nobody else in the market operates or has today. And this is the engine room that makes everything else possible. The stack is operational. The revenue turbine is our AI-driven route optimization system. It continuously analyzes the quality, cost, and reliability across thousands of routes, automatically selecting the optimal path for every single call. It is plugged into Jingle. It will always choose Jingle as its first option when a user is available in our databases of users connected to Jingle. And it will always assist in reinvigorating revenues for connected partnering carriers and enterprises. And this is how we can guarantee we're always competitive on cost whilst maintaining quality. The revenue turbine is why carriers want to work with us. We make their traffic more profitable. The anti-fraud suite from Mintech, it's deployed. It's being tested with Samoa's telecommunications regulator for countrywide fraud detection. And that's not the only deployment. And this isn't just a product that we've built. It's a product that a national government is testing for their entire country. Telecom fraud is a multi-billion-dollar problem globally. Our anti-fraud suite detects and blocks fraudulent traffic patterns in real time. Our telecommunications exchange. It's an AI-assisted marketplace for wholesale voice and SMS route trading. It's currently in internal testing. The front end is not ready. The APIs are ready. This will be the first platform that carriers can trade routes with instant billing settlement settled on the blockchain, AI-powered pricing recommendations, and real-time quality scoring. It's industry-first innovation. It's connected to WM Chain. We are releasing this during 2026 in collaboration with World Mobile. We will see household carriers using the platform. The platform includes features not seen anywhere else in the industry, including the revenue turbine. Now, it has a built-in cloud switch, which utilizes switch nodes, it utilizes validation nodes, and it utilizes earth nodes. This is our core switching technology. The cloud switch provides automated health reporting. It provides failover protection, enterprise-grade reliability, and absolute full protection from downtime via a distributed network of nodes. Development progresses towards a public launch as we continue to 2026. Now, this is not just software. This is carrier-grade infrastructure that competes with systems built by companies like Ericsson and Nokia and Huawei. We've built this from scratch. It's optimized for the decentralized telecom model. and it's operational today. The 50 for 25 plan, our original target communicated at Rare Evo by Jamie King, was 25 countries live by the end of 2025, and we will deliver that. That's locked in. We already see 20 plus countries live on the network today. You will see those countries appear on the Explorer before the end of the year. There will be more than 25 countries live, and as we lock in Jingle integrations, it will change everything. We then stretch the ambition, I then stretch the ambition to 50 for 25. We're on track. We're pushing hard. I'll be honest with you, 50 by December might be a big stretch. We might land somewhere between 25 and 50. But here's what matters. We're delivering on our original commitment, and everything above 25 is absolute acceleration. Watch the Explorer over the next 30 days, 40 days, and you'll see new countries online. Now, on Unity, there is something critical to understand, and I want to spend the time on this because Unity is a very powerful component of our ecosystem. It's the world's first decentralized telecoms edge network. It's a joint venture between multiple companies, and it's transforming the way that the industry works, and it's allowing us or enabling us to offer additional arrays of services to the industry to capture more of the $2 trillion market share in terms of services available. Now let's talk about what Unity actually does. For decades, the global telecom industry has suffered from centralized systems that are expensive to maintain, vulnerable to fraud, and resistant to innovation, very difficult to upgrade. A lot of legacy infrastructure exists. Carriers are losing billions of dollars every year due to inefficiencies and fraud, forced to manage with manual and semi-automated checks and intermediaries that slow down every process. Carriers are not aware of how much, not every carrier is aware of how much money they're losing. Unity changes that completely. Unity builds a geographically diverse edge network powered by the people. It's a composable network that enables enterprises, institutions, operators, and governments to build on via a full stack, telecommunications API stack. And it operates in parallel with existing telecommunications infrastructure. It utilizes switch nodes, validation nodes, and earth nodes. Every smartphone running the Unity application, and there will be more than just smartphones very soon, that you will be able to run Unity on a plethora of devices. It becomes an active network validator, measuring real-world call and routing data and much more, and anchoring these pieces of data to on-chain information to deliver transparency and accountability across global communications. The ecosystem fuses multiple components, as I said, decentralized partnering layers from WMTX and MNTX, cryptographically providing cryptographic proof to businesses and enterprises and the wider market. Unity license operators are the core of the system. They can generate rewards by performing tasks on behalf of the network, strengthening the integrity of the industry across the entire system. Each operator becomes a mini verification hub, replacing centralized telecom auditing infrastructure with a living distributed mesh of human participants and mobile devices. The services Unity provides to carriers and enterprises include anti-fraud detection, revenue protection, spam detection, robocall mitigation, call delivery validation, SMS delivery validation, global routing analytics, network stability reporting, fault identification, and grid verification. There are tens of features that I haven't mentioned today. The list goes on. These are extremely valuable to today's industry. We will shape the industry and we will become an industry giant. The value proposition is simple. The scale and geographic breadth of a distributed grid that no centralized competitor can match. Continuous coverage, more devices means a higher chance of detecting these issues. Improved quality, reduced revenue leakage, and ongoing network assurance. Here's where we are with Unity now. Unity has presence in 74 countries. 25 countries are already live with active operations. Only 6,000 Unity nodes exist, each with 200 Unity licenses. Rewards are withdrawable in popular currencies. And we have made several Web3 partnerships under the Partnering Unity brand that are going to matter tremendously to the ecosystem. It's not separate from Minutes Network. It's a partnership. And that partnership has immense value at its core. It's our quality assurance layer that makes our carrier operations more reliable, more transparent, and more valuable to our partners. When carriers connect to Minutes Network, they don't just get access to voice termination and SMS termination. They get access to a verification infrastructure that no traditional carrier can offer. And I must add, all of the functionality of Unity will be available to use via the cloud switching infrastructure that will be released in 2026, along with the telecommunications exchange. There is no single company that can offer what Unity offers today. This is the world's largest distributed telecom edge network, and it's accelerating. I know that Unity are due to announce some of the commercial partners in the near future. When they do, I think you'll understand the scale that we're talking. Let's move to Smart Energy Water, SEW. And I want to address this directly head on. The integration of the 1.2 billion user pipeline we announced has taken longer than everyone had expected. It's still there. The partnership is intact. The timeline has stretched beyond what we originally projected. We're working very hard to bring this home, and it remains a massive opportunity. But as always, I must give you an absolute reflection of the scenario today. Now, the integration timelines, some of those integration timelines have taken longer than we projected. Our application partners have their own development cycles. They have their own compliance requirements. They have their own internal priorities. We cannot always control those timelines. We are doing our best to manage expectations and building buffers into our projections. In future roadmaps, we will disassemble such huge integrations into multiple components, and we will add buffer time to dates communicated that will allow us to meet such dates. Now, there's a new roadmap coming on the new Minutes Network website, which consists of more than 40 pages with more than 20 services offered directly available from the website. We are a major competitor to the industry. We provide services that nobody else offers in today's industry. And we know the community and partners would like more frequent updates. The monthly blogs are great, but you would like real-time visibility into what's happening. We are working on this. The upgraded Explorer and more regular milestone updates with a better social and communication presence. Now, we have an initiative that will allow switch and validation node operators to look directly into our lab environment And we will have a special roadmap released for those operators that can verify themselves with their related licensed NFTs. Some regions have taken longer to come back online than we anticipated. Local partner negotiations, infrastructure requirements. Let's take the Philippines as an example. Philippines took longer than expected, but it is now live. We're not abandoning difficult markets. We're doing them right. I acknowledge that the pace of execution has not always matched the ambition. The Minutes Network user application, where users can claim rewards, make calls, participate in affiliate programs, is almost finished. However, it is still in development. We've prioritized the B2B carrier infrastructure because that's where the revenue engine lives. The consumer layer is coming. And that's an absolutely honest assessment. We see these gaps, we're addressing them, and we'll keep being transparent about progress. Now, we've achieved a lot. I won't go way back to 24, 23, okay? We'll stick to 2025. We have accomplished some major milestones. And let me just show you or tell you some of the major milestones that we've hit this year. We've expanded our carrier interconnections, Philippines, Asia, Middle East, additions to existing roasters. We've expanded application integrations, Boss Revolution, 70 million US users. Cloud Onyx, we've expanded our AI call center solutions. We've tapped into the agentic AI market. With existing USA market entry announced at AI Week New York and Tech Week San Francisco. Jingle, it's live on Google Play. We are approved. Hyperscaling engines are operational. Frequent callee onboarding. We have the complete internal control panels to go live. We've been testing. The conversion rates are enormous. The ability for us to convert customers from traditional networks to Minutes Network's proprietary engine that enables revenue reinvigoration for carriers and enables near to full profit capture or revenue capture at Minutes Network is live. We will be pushing it into the various countries that we bring on via traditional telecommunications means. And for anybody that doesn't understand this, we'll be doing a dedicated session in the new year on exactly how Jingle's frequent callee onboarding program works and why we are doing it and what makes it different from application onboarding and why it's faster for us as a company with no third-party requirements in terms of reliance. The Unity Play Store application has been submitted. It's now waiting for Google's approval. This is expected before the end of November. The Pakistan LDI execution. It's the world's largest Middle East country and operator that we've secured a contract with, and it's in progress to send up to 15%, 10 to 15% of the traffic globally through Minutes Network. We have acquired the LDI license. If you look at what that means, you can ask ChatGPT, you can look online. It's a massive feat, and we are very proud. We've acquired multiple additional LDI licenses in the Middle East, in South America. Those announcements are set to go live. We're not just going to tell you that we have the LDIs. We're going to show you the traffic running on the LDIs. And that's happening now. Nigeria, it's back. Moved from the lab to production with clearinghouse connections. Philippines, it's back. We're terminating traffic. We have completed 12 monthly trenches with our partners in terms of reward distribution. It was consistent, it's on schedule. The 1.2 billion user pipeline, Smart Energy Water, the integration is in progress, although it's taking longer than projected. There is a lot of work being done from our side to make the integrations go faster and to ensure that we're doing everything within our power to drive these integrations forward. We know what these integrations mean for us. We will take market share percentage by percentage. The Jingle integrations, Albania, Philippines, Kenya, Kosovo, Nigeria, the very extremely large UK gaming company that's about to soon be announced, the US 70 million user application, the developer expeditions in Jamaica, the Caribbean Tech Connect partnership, the Jingle Pioneers Club, the creators and influencers onboarding program, the ability for large influencers and creators that we haven't talked about much because we believe in delivery. Rather than, explaining everything to you, we're going to show you. That alone resides with tens and tens of millions of users today, and we are waiting for launches across the globe. The World Mobile MNTX airdrop, a lot of planning has gone in. It's a precursor to major groundbreaking programs launching later this year. MWC Barcelona, we didn't just attend, we attended with some of the largest names in the industry today. Blockchain Life in Dubai, Korea Blockchain Week, Cardano Summit in Germany, Rare Evo in Las Vegas, Token 2049 in Singapore, and many more global presence points have been visited with new connections established. I think this year we've visited more than 10 different telecommunications events as a team. We have met partners from all over the world. We're very proud of the progress we're making. There is not a day, whether it's a weekend or a work day, that we are not working. I personally work 7 days a week, 18 hours a day. I know what we have ahead of us. I am bringing it home to Minutes Network. I will make us all extremely proud. The revenue protection suite that we've deployed, these are not just announcements. These are accomplishments. We've checked these boxes. We've built infrastructure. We've spent countless hours on each element, ensuring absolute delivery. And each one of these components has been performed or done or executed for a reason. It's the expansion of Minutes Network. And let me explain why there's no competition to what we're building at Minutes Network. Unity and Minutes Network and World Mobile and our token partners, together we form a full stack telecommunications API. This is not Twilio. This is way beyond what you see offered in today's market. That API is soon to be public. You will see developers from all over the world, whether they are individuals, enterprises, as said before, institutions, operators, or governments. We welcome all types of building and development on our platform. We will be promoting that development. We offer services not only directly, but also via API that you cannot buy in today's market. And if you can, they are horrendously expensive. We offer them in a distributed manner with much more coverage than exists in any centralized entity today. Now, this isn't one product. This is an integrated telecommunications layer. Developers are already testing this stack. This is telecommunications as code, as I previously mentioned in a previous event. This allows people to build on top of our existing infrastructure. Deep-in projects are years behind. They're still figuring out their tokenomics, whilst we're terminating live commercial traffic and growing at a massive rate. Traditional telcos, they don't have the incentive or structure. They're protecting their legacy infrastructure. They're not disrupting anything. They're very happy with where they sit. They're making their money. They're quiet. They cannot cannibalize their own business models and change everything that they've done for the last 25 years. As I was told by a member of the ITU, the International Telecommunications Union, Minutes Network is a breath of fresh air in this industry. Our device diversity plus carrier access creates an untouchable arena. We have the strongest interconnections with a family business over the last 25, 30 years in telecommunications with leading carriers and major wholesalers in the industry. There are more than 5 or 10 even interconnections that are not yet announced. We're saving those for a reason. You will soon understand that reason. Global jingle deployments create endpoints in every geography. There is no company that can match what we are doing today. Unity's distributed verification layer, 74 countries. It's telecom-grade validation and verification of the grid. World Mobile's connectivity backbone, the license activations that expand exponentially our termination capacity. Nobody else has this combination. Nobody. So where are we going in 2026? Let me be direct and let's use the word, let me be bullish, because I genuinely believe what I'm telling you and what I'm about to tell you. 2025 has been the year of deep preparation and work. Carrier interconnections, license acquisitions, technology deployment, partnership negotiations, infrastructure build-out, country-by-country groundwork, regulatory compliance, legal frameworks, banking relationships, technical integrations, testing, iterating, building, and pushing production products. It doesn't always look exciting from the outside. Monthly blogs about license acquisitions don't generate the same buzz as price action. Infrastructure work is invisible until it's not. But here's what that work has created. We have created an absolute behemoth of a carrier that is multifaceted and ready for the future. The future is now. Everything we've been building relates to the future of telecommunications. We are the future of telecommunications. We will eradicate legacy products, necessity for legacy products from the market. We will provide absolute diversity in terms of geographies and products available, and in terms of innovative techniques and strategies to make carriers more money. The Middle East expansion, the Pakistan hyperscaling, the Boss Revolution integration, the countless names under NDA that are integrating Jingle today, the Cloudonics partnership, the Philippines return, Nigeria's return, the Asian licenses, the South America licenses, the Middle Eastern licenses, the African license acquisitions that are not yet complete, the Jingle integrations, the Unity node activations. It all converges into live revenue generating traffic and technologies. This is not incremental growth. This is expansion at scale that has not been seen in history in this industry, and it has never been seen at all in the sector of telecommunications. In 2026, traffic scale will become serious. Pakistan alone will be covering up to 15% of the entire global market on a yearly basis. That's roughly 75 million minutes per month from one country. At even modest per minute margins, that's substantial recurring revenue prior to the integration of Jingle with frequent callees onboarding. And as I previously said, we will cover frequent callees in detail soon so that you can understand what that means, why it's in our control, and what it exactly does for the market and Minutes Network. The Middle East operator, it can rival Pakistan in scale, so potentially another 2 million minutes per day, another 60 to 75 million minutes monthly, with tremendous revenue expectations from our side. The Nigeria expansion, Africa's largest market, scaling up hundreds of thousands to millions of minutes as we expand our relationships in the country. Application integrations, potential for billions of minutes per month, even capturing a fraction of that is transformational, not only for Minutes Network, for our partners, for the wider audience, and for the industry. The agentic AI voice market, it's exploding. As enterprises adopt AI call centers, that traffic is going to flow through our infrastructure, and we will be offering a price unmatched anywhere else. Now let's add it all together. We're not talking thousands of minutes. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands of minutes. We're talking about tens of millions of minutes per day in 2026. Let me put this in perspective. Most telecom projects in this space are celebrating when they hit a few thousand minutes. We're building toward traffic volumes that rival national carriers. That's the scale at Minutes Network. We're riding the biggest wave right now in telecom as an addition to everything else that we're doing. The Cloudonics partnership isn't just one integration. It's about positioning Minutes Network at the center of the biggest transformation happening in history in telecommunications right now. AI voice agents are replacing human call center agents across every industry. I've named some of those industries previously. There are many more. Every company that handles phone calls is looking at AI. We will support the transformation, and we will be at the forefront of the transformation with our partners. The market projections are staggering. We're talking about a market that handles hundreds of billions of minutes annually, and it's about to be transformed by AI and by companies that build the future, like Minutes Network. Cloudonics, in this case, gives us the platform. Minutes Network provides the carrier infrastructure. In 2026, that'll be when this partnership scales from announcement to serious traffic volumes visible on the network in terms of minutes, SMS, and revenue. As AI agents become standard in customer service integrations, sales, and support, we are the rails those calls will run on. We're not competing with AI companies. We're enabling them. Every AI call needs termination infrastructure. Every AI SMS needs termination infrastructure. And that's us. The UK gaming company that I mentioned, the joint venture scales voice and SMS traffic. Gaming audiences are young, tech-savvy, and international. They call each other. They message each other. This is a demographic that traditional telecoms struggle to reach, and we're embedding directly into the platforms that they use. We see on the board today Jingle deployments expanding across more than 10 African countries, with Nigeria as the hub, expanding outwards. We can see on the board today 5 Caribbean nations, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Trinidad, and more. Huge diaspora calling markets. Eastern Europe, Albania, Kosovo, already progressing with a lot more to come. Asia Pacific, Philippines, and more markets are opening. And it doesn't stop there. Remembering that each jingle integration isn't one country, it's a massive dump of countries across multiple countries simultaneously. One partner going live could instantly activate traffic across 2 or 4 dozen geographies. The compounding effect is exponential. Every integration multiplies our reach. Every app that goes live adds millions of potential users, if not billions. 2026, in our eyes, is when the jingle flywheel really starts spinning. We will see our internal technology stack becoming available to the broader industry via the likes of the Telecommunications Exchange, an AI-assisted marketplace in the exchange, catering for voice and SMS, wholesale and carrier-level route trading. This is genuinely industry-first innovation. Today, the wholesale telecom trading is done through manual negotiations. It's done via spreadsheets and relationships. It's inefficient, it's opaque, pricing is arbitrary. We changed that. We use AI-powered route recommendations backed by the revenue turbine. We use real-time quality scoring. We have instant billing settlement on the blockchain, specifically WM chain. We have transparent pricing. Carriers can buy and sell routes as easily as trading on a stock exchange. That does not exist today. And we're not just using this internally anymore. We're opening it to the wider industry. Every carrier that trades on our exchange is another relationship, another integration point, another source of traffic. Minutes Network's jingle will always be offered as the first route in line because there is no matchable price per minute or per SMS to the destination due to the way that the technologies are engineered and function. The Mintech Cloud Switch, it's our core switching technology. It's available to the public industry on the exchange. We automate health reporting. We provide failover protection. We build in anti-fraud. We have enterprise-grade reliability at a fraction of the cost of legacy solutions. Small carriers and MVNOs who can't afford Ericsson or Nokia can now access carrier-grade switching through Mintech. Every carrier using our switch is a carrier connected to our network. The Minutes Network user application, it's a consumer-facing product. We'll be selling minutes and SMS at a retail rate. It will still be cheaper than our competitors, but it's a massive industry. Reward claims, secure calling, affiliate program participation. This is how everyday users interact with Minutes Network directly. And we've prioritized B2B. The revenue turbine voice public launch milestone is about to go public in the exchange. The AI-driven route blending will be available to all carriers and any carrier. This technology ensures that the exchange provides a competitive cost while maintaining quality. Carriers can now license this in the up-and-coming exchange. The exchange is not something new. We've been telling you about the exchange for a couple of years now. Every product launch is another revenue stream. Every piece of technology will be available from the exchange as a hub. Every external user of our technology is another user of our network and services. Now, to cover some previously discussed events that myself and Mickey were discussing during the last Unity AMA, compliance is expected to be greenlit on USDT and USDC withdrawals depending on your region in terms of Unity. We will deliver, to reiterate, we will deliver 25 countries as an absolute minimum by the end of 2025. And I'm expecting to get to 50 or more. If we don't make it to 50 or more, We will absolutely meet the commitment of 25, and I will be very surprised if we don't see 40 plus. The original commitment will be met. It's locked in. We're pushing towards 50 plus. We will land somewhere in that range. Where does this all lead to? Minutes Network during 2026 should be one of the largest wholesale voice and SMS carriers globally by the amount of minutes terminated, not by hype, not by market cap, by actual minutes terminated. Real traffic, real operations, real revenue. We should see more than 70 countries with direct interconnections, which is a truly global footprint that rivals established carriers who've been building for decades. We'll see the processing of tens of millions of minutes daily, traffic volumes that generate substantial, recurring, and predictable revenue. This will generate substantial recurring revenue from not only carrier traffic, but also carrier services. These are not projections. These are not forecasts. This is actual revenue from actual operations. The kind of revenue that funds massive further expansion, rewards stakeholders, and provides an absolute dominance in today's market. We see ourselves fully integrated with Unity and World Mobile as the decentralized telecom stack. 3 projects working together, creating something that no traditional telco can replicate. A globally distributed telecommunications infrastructure that's faster to deploy, lower cost to deploy, more resilient, and more cost effective than anything that the industry has ever seen before. We are the future of telecommunications. 2026 is all about expansion and the extraordinary. All of the deep work converts to hard numbers on the balance sheet. This is telecoms infrastructure at global scale. This isn't a roadmap. This isn't a white paper. This is an execution plan backed by a series of major global carriers and countless years of hard work. And in 2026, the world will see what we've built, and we are very, very proud on the path we are taking, and we very much appreciate our partners and wider community support. So that's the year in review, and that's the 2026 outlook. Let's bring it all together. We've done very well. That's not just me saying that. That's anybody who sees what we're doing and what we've done. Now, in these sessions, I do try my very best to communicate everything that we're doing, everything that we've done, and I try to provide a line of sight into the operations and business growth and development at Minutes Network, as well as the technology. We've established the carrier relationships. We've established what is to be the building blocks of the future of telecommunications. And now we deliver.
Thank you, Josh. That was an important breakdown, and I think it sets the tone for exactly where Minutes Network is heading as we move into a much bigger 2026. So before we move into the live questions, we're going to start with the community questions that were submitted ahead of today's AMA. There are actually only 2 questions that came in specifically related to Minutes Network. So our first question, if you bear with me one moment, our first question is from Darno. Will there, and if so, in what ways, will there be any ad campaigns, events, news articles from Unity and Minutes Network when Unity goes live to find potential ULOs and bring and link them to the licenses marketplace. I can imagine the network will be the smallest in the first weeks, so how will people around the world find out about the potential of Unity?
This is a Minutes Network focused AMA and communications event. I am going to answer your question. If you have additional Unity focused questions, please save them for the up and coming event relating to Unity. I know that the team working on Unity, firsthand, I can tell you the amount of Web3 and Web2 partnerships that are being created is absolutely tremendous. There are multiple top 20 Web3 projects to be announced. I understand that Unity have already announced partnerships with Polkadot and Shiba Inu. I can tell you that there are countless additional of such partnerships ready to be announced. There are also AMAs being scheduled, communication events with these partnerships being scheduled. There are multiple live sessions, including radio sessions local to different countries. There is so much marketing happening for Unity behind the scenes. And what MNTX have planned for late December, again, I cannot give you more information on that today, solely because I don't have the full information to tell you. But let's say there are very few entities in the space of Web3 that have done what MNTX is about to do. And the expansion of the community that's about to take place is going to be widely appreciated, and I think it will be a widely discussed topic.
Thank you, Josh. So now, I think we should open the floor to live questions from the audience. If anybody would like to speak and ask Josh a question directly around Minutes Network, please do approach the stage now.
We absolutely welcome any live questions as always, and we will absolutely attend to any questions across social media. Okay, we have a question from AB. Thank you for the thorough, honest, and transparent updates. I'm keen to understand the financial outlook better. Could the team walk us through the current projections for when a realistic, steady flow of significant revenue is expected to start? Well, I can tell you that the Jingle integrations are going to change not only telecommunications forever, they're probably going to change the outlook on Web3 partnership connected companies forever as well. I cannot give you specific revenue projections, but I can tell you as a company, we are set to change the industry. We are set to adopt percentage by percentage of the revenue globally in the sector of telecommunications. And coupled with our partners, we are absolutely unstoppable. AB, I'm sorry to tell you that I can't give you more information on revenues today. Perhaps we could include some sort of financial outlook in the granular roadmap that's due to be announced in the new Minutes Network website. The new Minutes Network website is designed to be a service platform with immediate sign-ups available to a number of different industries and people from across different sectors of the industries. And we will absolutely be competing with the world's telco giants via this website. It will detail all of the products offered, and perhaps this will allow you to gather additional insight into the financial projections of Minutes Network. I would rather execute and show you the financial success rather than to project something that is not sufficiently detailed. We are not here to miss milestones. We are here to conquer. Rev, I see a question from you. Can we please have an update on the buy bot? The buy bot, watch closely over the next 7 days. you will be extremely happy. Everything will be functioning as normal, as planned, as communicated. Today, it is functioning as planned and communicated and as normal, but I understand that you would like to see additional breakdowns of the data and reasoning made by the decisions taken from the buy bot's perspective. I also understand that you would like to see larger buys. The buys are algorithmic. They are specifically designed to be unpredictable. I believe over time you have seen some larger days and some smaller days. It is functioning correctly. However, there are some major changes in the next 7 days as the team deploy additional updates and upgrades that have been worked on for a very long time to the buy bots. And there will be a lot more information present when the Minutes Network updated Explorer goes live. Sojourner, can you explain the lab a little more? What do you mean when you are saying you are waiting for countries to be stable? Well, we don't want to release a country from the lab live, only for it to go down because there was a quality issue or an interconnection issue or a capacity issue or a pricing issue. We want to ensure that the countries in the lab are stable. And let me tell you that any country that we release on the Explorer will be absolutely stable and is absolutely stable. The next 20 plus countries that get released all at once to the Explorer will be there to stay unless there is a tremendously sized issue, God forbid, in any of the countries that we're running, which we don't expect, like, natural disasters. We can't protect against those. Thank God they don't happen frequently. We did see some downtime in Jamaica recently with the recent, naturally occurring issues in the country. However, when we release a country to production, it's because it's there to stay and there to grow and there to scale. Nashi 82, how many of the 25 to 50 countries this year will be on Jingle? When is your hope that all countries are on Jingle? We'll have much more than 50 countries on Jingle. One integration can bring 60, 70 countries, 100 countries on its own, depending on the demographical sort of usage by the users of the application. When do I expect it to happen? 2026 is the year of utilization for Jingle. Hyperscaling is a model that maybe you need further explanation on. We will book a communication session perhaps later this year or early next year to explain the exact mechanics behind hyperscaling, the decisions that were taken that drove us to this strategic methodology of deployment in this engineering fashion. And we can all be very excited about hyperscaling. Hyperscaling is in our control. It's in our hands. Minutes Network's destiny is not set by third parties. Yes, we rely on third parties. However, our models differ between engineering components. Each component of engineering has a different reliance upon different factors. And I'm telling you that the hyperscaling factors are absolutely in Minutes Network's control. And where we have licenses, you will be extremely happy. And where we don't yet have licenses, we will acquire them. Whether that's via partners, in cooperation with partners, or alone as a company. Soren Lewis Muller, you mentioned 73 countries being live with Unity, and then in the next sentence, 25 countries are in active operation. Does that mean clients from 25 countries, or why two numbers? Yes, that means clients from 25 plus countries are live. You will hear more about the commercial operations at Unity as soon as the next communication session is announced. I believe that announcements are being prepared on the commercial side as well. DPINs, when will the new website be live? The new website is highly sophisticated. It's connected to a lot of the engineering that we've built. It relies upon the APIs for the proprietary engineering that we've built. It provides instantaneous activation of several services over the network, as well as the ability to request additional services that are manually activated on the network as well. The new Explorer contains over 70 points of data. It provides an extremely granular breakdown of operations at Minutes Network. And I should repeat, the switch and validation node operators will have access to a lab version of the Explorer with deeper insight into the numbers behind the scenes, where we are currently testing a plethora of destinations over a plethora of technologies, including Jingle, including the revenue turbine, and a couple more technologies that we haven't talked about during today's event because we don't like to talk about things before they're ready. Flippy, when will Unity come on the Play Store? Will this delay the reward start date? This is a Unity question. I can tell you that Unity has already officially been submitted to the Google Play Store, and no expected delays are on the table today. We expect everything to be smooth. We expect everything to go as planned and as communicated. We are doing everything in our power to ensure that that is the case. We have given buffer times on announced details in terms of milestones and roadmaps. There is a new roadmap that's due to be announced at the end of the month. We will ensure that we are successful as possible in terms of reaching every single milestone and hitting the targets. Remember, this is our success, this is your success, and this is our partner's success. We are not alone on this mission. To transform the global telecommunications market is not a small feat. We're not focused on one particular element of the market. And the reason we're not focused on one particular element is because our technologies cater for the almost entire market. So I don't see any more questions as it's Soren Lewis Muller again. Another Unity question, if you don't mind. Are rewards quite stable at the same level or lots of spikes? So after day one, can we calculate and estimate the monthly rewards well, or are rewards quite volatile and therefore we can't calculate in advance? I would let time tell the story, and I would let the rewards, I would let the expectation build from the rewards being delivered rather than me creating an expectation today. We expect Unity to be an absolutely massive success in its industry, and we expect Unity to be a success for us as a company, as a partnership, and we expect Unity to provide services that are currently unavailable elsewhere in the market. Our commercial discussions are immense. There is not a day that goes by where we do not talk to an existing or a new partner in an exciting conversation regarding the services that Unity can offer. Everybody is excited to jump on board. Everybody is asking about the APIs. Everybody wants Unity integrated. I can tell you that the numbers are mind-blowing. I will not give you any projections because that would not be correct. However, it is mind-blowing. RB, great AMA today, Josh. Thank you very much to everybody who sent such a message in the communities. Can we have another mini MNTX AMA before the end of December? You will absolutely have an MNTX AMA before the end of December. And that AMA is going to be extremely, extremely exciting. I can tell you the things that MNTX have planned have me on the edge of my seat. There is no other Web3 operation in existence today that is doing what World Mobile and Minutes Network ecosystems are about to do. World Mobile token and Minutes Network tokens are at the top of their game. Do not let current market situations interfere with your thought processes. We are at the top of our game. Vic, can you expand on expansion and developments into Central and South America? Vic, we have major partners in Mexico. They own licensed routes physically in the country. They own data centers in Mexico, Peru, Bolivia. We are in a very exciting position in South America. Brazil is massive for us. Brazil is a country that will take the Explorer by storm, by surprise, and it will happen overnight. Is it imminent? Absolutely. It's absolutely imminent. And when I use the word imminent, let's understand and break that down. The changes, the deployment of our technologies make on our network and partnering networks and interconnected networks are instantaneous upon deployment. They do not deploy and build slowly. They deploy and build immediately with immediate scale. And that scale represents immediate revenue. We are very aware of what we have in hand, and we are very aware of our partners and interconnections comments as to what we have in hand. There is no other company in the space that offer the services at the level of service that Minutes Network offers today. Jetalog. Are there any plans for Minutes to expand onto additional Tier 1 exchanges? I will leave this to MNTX. As you can see by our very close partners, the plans that we have in hand are phenomenally massive. They are bigger than most companies' plans. And to be honest with you, I can't speak for MNTX today, but the answer is yes. Cali. Just to build on the revenue projections, since much information is under NDA, when do you think the revenue numbers will be good enough to eradicate the remaining doubt people may have? If I only have an iPhone, will I be able to start earn with my nodes tomorrow? iPhone will be supported via the web browser. You will be absolutely able to participate. It will also be supported by an official iOS release. The team are working very hard on that release. And you will be able to earn, you will be able to begin contributing to the Unity network with your iPhone as soon as possible. I cannot give you a date, and I will not give you a date. That date will be communicated in an official release from Unity. It will come from the Unity team, the wider team. And to answer your first question, to build on the revenue projections, to be honest with you, any remaining doubt people may have is in their heads, and people are entitled to think whatever they like. We will change the industry. We are here to deliver. We are not playing with small toys. These are absolutely massive components of existing infrastructure. We are changing the industry, and we are disrupting the industry of telecommunications in a very positive manner. Our partners' commitments and comments make us feel absolutely secure in delivery. Our technology is cutting edge. We are very lucky to be in the position we're in. Some people don't call it luck, they call it skill. And due to the connections we have at the table, I must remind you that for us, telecommunications is a family-led operation. It's been within our families and connected families for the last 30 years. It's the backbone. It's all I've ever done. Nashi82, how often do Unity rewards get sent to Minutes node holders? Is it every epoch? Would these rewards still be subject to the 70% reward cut? If so, why would the 15% go to users and developers as there is none? I will let the Unity team answer this. This is a very straightforward question with a very straightforward answer. It actually answers itself. There is no, reward cuts, and developers are rewarded by the utilization on their side for the services that they charge for on their side. They pay Unity a certain amount of money to utilize those services and those APIs that they're developing on. That is a set fee. It is a metered rate. It is very cleanly cut. Callus B, will the 25 countries be coming live be jingle traffic where we capture most of the revenue, or will it be a smaller margin? The countries that we're bringing live today are traditional telecommunications implementations. We have communicated this very clearly over time. The jingle integrations of frequent callees will enable mass revenue capture on the calls terminated via jingle. Because we're talking about traditional telecommunications, we're talking about millions of minutes per day to each destination at scale. In the initial phase, you will see less minutes. The reason you will see less minutes is because our price is not reduced until jingle integrations take place. As jingle integrations take place with various applications, and as jingle integrations take place with frequent callees, those margins will significantly increase. This is not a long-term process. This is an overnight process. As jingle is deployed onto the various networks, those calls will automatically follow the cheapest available path for termination. The LCRs will automatically adjust. This is not a manual process. This will be visible on the Explorer and broken down in a great amount of detail. Barbados and Albania from Override Apply. They will be back. They are coming back. They have gone offline for maybe a month or two already. In the lab, they are running. We had some tricky setup issues with Barbados and Albania. They are provided by a new interconnection. They stopped the traffic. They stopped the traffic because the rate was not competitive enough. The jingle integrations into those countries is currently being tested. The conversion rates in Albania are extremely high. The country of Albania is very small. Each percent that we collect and onboard in Albania will make a significant difference to the amount of revenue collected in the country and will make a significant difference in the rates that we charge our customers for sending minutes and SMS to these countries. Ali2159, any information regarding the Unity 3D partnership? We are following up. This is a massive feat that has massive potential. We don't have news for you today. As soon as we have news on the Unity 3D partnership, we will communicate that news. I cannot communicate what I don't have. Nashi82, when more liquidity in the market? How and when will this be addressed? I think this is an MNTX question. I will refer it to the up-and-coming MNTX AMA. RB, I'm so bullish after today's AMA. What worries me is I have my NFTs for Unity and MNTX on a hardware wallet with other tokens. Can you make it easier for us to migrate Unity and MNTX to another hardware wallet or two? I'll talk about this with the token team. When you say migration to another hardware wallet or two, could you provide more information on that, RB? Traditionally, NFTs can be sent using the transfer function on any compatible wallets. So I can't give you more information until you elaborate on this question. And that seems to be the end of the questions in the community. Today's event has overstretched the provisioned time for the communication session. There will be additional communication sessions announced. I can't tell you exactly when, but the announcements will follow in the next week or so. Zoli, could you please say a few words regarding the UNO poll? It was said that we will receive an email this week before the launch. The result of this poll is key to be implemented ahead of launch, as ULOs who take a license at 10 to 90 share split or similar will have poor experience when their license gets revoked if the poll's outcome results a higher minimum percentage limit. Extremely tricky area. Some people demand a free market. We're working in a distributed manner. when you control a market from a centralized position, you're removing the entirety of decentralization. The poll is still due to go out. Even when Unity is live, changes can be made that improve the user's experience on the Unity side. Changes can also be made that improve the UNO's experience on the Unity side. This is not my decision. This is a decision by the wider team. It is being taken very seriously. It is brought up in almost every call and every daily communication session with the Unity Network company. I do hope you understand that this is not an easy decision to make. It is a complex decision. The poll will be sent out, and we will ensure that UNOs and ULOs are satisfied with the outcome of the decision. Any changes that are made will be in the best interest of the company and the best interest of the UNOs and ULOs. Callus B. In Pakistan, you mentioned Jingle rollout. You mentioned it was live. Can you give us an idea of the conversion rate in testing? Can you give us an idea when we will see it on the Explorer? I can do better. During an upcoming communication session, we will invite some of our partners from the Pakistan market who are sending traffic today and who are assisting the local onboarding of frequent callees in Pakistan. And you can hear the answers from the horse's mouth. The conversion rate is very high. It's not 100%, but it's very high. We'd never expect 100% conversion rate on such onboardings, but we don't need 100% conversion in order to dramatically shift the margins being made and the prices charged to operators. And now let me remind you, when these integrations take place, the amount of traffic on the network will increase significantly, perhaps beyond the original expectation of 2.5 million minutes or 2 to 2.5 million minutes per day. Why, you may ask? Because we're able to lower the rates. We are more competitive in the market. Jingle provides us a competitive edge that nobody else in today's market is able to provide or will be able to provide in the near future. We have local entities in Pakistan with men and women on the ground in Pakistan enabling this proposition for us. We take it extremely seriously. It is everything for us, not only in Pakistan, in all major key destinations that we're launching. I can name some of those destinations. Albania, as previously mentioned, Ghana, Uganda, Togo, Ethiopia, Mexico, Peru, Brazil, Indonesia, USA, Thailand, Suriname, India, and there are a lot more destinations that have not been mentioned, particularly in the Middle East and Asia. We're very excited for this integration to take place, and it means everything to us as a company. I will end the session here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your continued support. It would not be possible to build what we're building to change the future de facto of telecommunications and the way that SMS and calls are routed, the way that fraud is detected, the way that revenue leaks are patched, the way that faults are identified, and an array of additional services that we are providing without you. Matthew, I hand back to you.
Thank you, Josh, and a great thank you to everybody who tuned in today, and also a great thank you to everybody who will listen later. Minutes Network in 2026 is going to be much bigger than 2025 as we continue to grow. So I'd like to say again, thank you to everybody for being here. And as we do like to say, every minute counts, and we'll speak to you all next time.